What's up everyone, my name is Jesse and this is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today in the search of Christmas themed video game music, I have found a suggestion from a little game called Kingdom Hearts 2, or is it 2.5 remix? I'm not entirely sure. But this is from the Yoko Shimomura's channel. This is a combination of Happy Holidays and What a Surprise. And based on those two song names, I'm going to guess that, yes, this does have to do with Christmas. But the reason I chose this one is because I have not heard Kingdom Hearts in 1 year, exactly to the day. So I can't believe I looked it up and the last time was Kingdom Hearts 3 a year ago. So I feel like that's long enough, and we'll see if it actually fits the Christmas vibe so I can put it into my Christmas themed episode of VGM Vibes 8. So without further ado, let's get into it. Both relatively short. I don't know what... I still don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts really, besides Disney and Square basically collaborated. But as far as like the worlds, I've seen some footage of like some Disney worlds and then some kind of non-Disney worlds, I think. I don't know. And then the character's name is Sora. And that's about it. And there's a Keyblade. And yeah, don't know any of these characters that we see on screen besides Goofy and Donald and Mickey. I don't know who else. Okay, anyways, Kingdom Hearts 2, 2.5. Happy Holidays. All right, with a name like that, let's go. So I wouldn't know if this is like Square specific or Disney specific, or if it's totally original. I just noticed there's a bunch of like blades around the edge of the picture. As far as I know, this is the first time I've heard Yoko Shimomura do a Christmas theme. Maybe. I mean, it's jolly as all heck. Actually, this might be the most cheerful Kingdom Hearts song I've heard, ever. A lot of it has been boss themes or kind of melancholy stuff. So this feels like a theme park or something, which is fitting Disney. You know what? I wonder if Disneyland or Disney World has ever done anything with Kingdom Hearts. That's a good question. Surely, right? It's a huge IP. Now I can't get the image of like a theme park out of my head. It sounds like a Christmas theme ride at Disneyland. What is that little like castanets? I think. I mean, the song is straight up called Happy Holidays, which is, you know, the word I'm going to say at the end of the video before I say goodbye. But so before I go to the next one, Kingdom Hearts. I have no idea what the heck this thing is on my head. I just keep staring at it. Oh, wait, don't get distracted. So, my experience with Kingdom Hearts is so limited. I've heard, I don't even know. I think I have a playlist. I'm pretty sure I do. And I would say that that's under 15 songs or so, something around there. And that's from the 3 games plus the 2.5. I don't know, it's really confusing with Kingdom Hearts if you've never played it. apparently the games are kind of a mess with timelines, which personally I hate. I am not a fan of. Well, actually, I should rephrase. I'm not a fan of like multiverse stuff. So, if this game has multiverse stuff, there's a good chance I won't touch it. But even then, timelines and all that, I've heard that it's like pretty convoluted. But anyways, regardless of that, the music and the content matter is actually pretty fascinating to me. It's Square Enix and Disney. It seems like two corporations that would like never work together. I don't know why. It just seems like, I don't know. Everything, like when I think of Disney, I don't really think of, at least in my adult life, I don't really think of a very cooperating company. I don't really know. I just from like the grapevine. When I grew up, obviously it was like the most enchanted thing in the world with the movies, and I grew up with all that stuff. But it just seems like such an odd. Maybe one day I'll look up like a documentary, like how Kingdom Hearts even came to be, because it had to have been like one person's idea, and that one person somehow convinced, or something. You know what I mean? Like how does that even happen? I feel like that doesn't. I don't know. Like I feel like that wouldn't work nowadays to have such a. I feel like companies just don't collab like that anymore. I could just be living under a rock and have no idea what I'm talking about, which is fair. But yeah, the idea of like Square Enix, which is like, I'm not sure when the first Kingdom Hearts came out. I want to say it's like somewhere in like the late 90s, maybe 2000s. It just feels like that. So, I mean, they were already riding the high of Final Fantasy and other stuff. So maybe that's what did it, Maybe Disney kind of like caught the attention and then just like, hey, let's do something together. Anyways, Yoko Shimomura, for the most part, I think has always been attached. Maybe, I think sole composer, and I think maybe later on started to collaborate with other composers. I don't know exactly. This will be the first time that I have Kingdom Hearts in the VGM Vibe series. So that's interesting, because when I do the Vibe series, I look a little bit more in depth instead of just the reaction part. I look at the song, who composed it, the year it came out, and I get to see footage. So, I'll right now I'm asking questions, but later I'll have a kind of understanding. So it's nice to like look back on this and feel like, oh yeah, I was way off, or I was pretty close, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know exactly what's happening in this part of the game, but clearly it's called Happy Holidays, and the whole thing is filled with sleigh bells and all that. I can just imagine. Actually, no, I can't really imagine. I don't know. I know for sure this game visits Disney locations, but I don't know if they're all Disney locations. I'm sure it's a mix of like original stuff and Disney stuff. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of like where they would go for a Christmas theme, or if it's just random. I don't know. Anyways, great song. And the first time I hear Yoko Shimomura do any sort of like seasonal song, I'm pretty sure. So that's first. Next one. Apparently connected somehow. We'll see. It's called What a Surprise. So, I mean, it sounds like to me like you just received a gift or something. So I'm guessing this is going to be just right up there on the whole like jolly level. And I can almost guarantee it's going to be sleigh bells too. But we'll see. You never know. I am a fan of this composer quite a bit. What a surprise. First thing. Yeah, these songs sound like they play in the exact same location at like just different times. It's got the chorus in there. Or choir. This sounds like traditional Yoko Shimomura to me. Like, I think I'd be able to tell this is her. Yeah. Despite the Christmas feel. This just sounds like something she would make. It's weird being able to recognize composers now. To an extent. I'm just trying to think I'm trying to think of like every Disney movie I've seen that has Christmas in it, and like I can't think at the moment. I'm like I feel like I'm on the spot. I feel like there should be so many that I can top of my head, but I can't think of any. There's a Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen. Yeah, I think that's Disney, right? But I don't think they touch live action stuff, do they? I think it's all animated stuff. I don't know. What else is Disney that's Christmas related? Cinderella isn't. I don't know about Snow White. I've never seen Snow White. Little Mermaid isn't. Lion King isn't. Man, now that I think about it, I haven't seen a Disney movie in so long. I can't even think of the last one I saw. Oh, it's almost over. Wow, this song did a really great job of like putting me in that Christmas spirit, and I was just thinking of like holiday stuff. But I will admit, both songs, and I think this is intended by the way, not every song is meant to stick with you melodically. Both of those songs to me sounded identical. I know they were different, but hearing them both back to back and then like talking in between, they sounded like just the exact same song basically. I have to hear them separately in a couple times, which I will, to see what happens. I'm sure they both play in different segments of the game, but they sound like if there is a world that they're attached to, it sounds like they're exactly in that same spot. This song sounded way too identical to be like hours apart or something, but maybe they are. Maybe you go somewhere and then revisit it. Kind of endless possibilities. But man, I've just been thinking like, what is the last Disney movie I saw? And honestly, I don't know. If you guys think I haven't listened to a lot of video game music, your jaw would drop if you know what movies I haven't seen, which is a lot. There's a lot of movies I have not seen, and to the point where I could easily be one of those like video or movie reaction channels. But one, no. Two, really no, because it's a lot of work and a headache with YouTube. But also, I kind of like movies to just be Jesse time. I don't have to make any media that I've never consumed before become a kind of job. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of movies that, for example, totally unrelated and not Disney or Christmas related at all. I just saw American Psycho for the first time like a couple weeks ago, and it's kind of become like one of my favorite movies. And that is a movie that has been out for over 2 decades, and people consider it a classic, and I just barely got into it. Anyways, back to Christmas. Whew, jolly. So yeah, both these songs, right now at this moment, I can't differentiate them whatsoever. They both sounded like they have the exact same rhythm with the and I feel like this one, the What a Surprise, had some emphasis on flutes. But I will say though that the second song did remind me more of like the traditional Yoko Shimomura style that I'm kind of used to. There's this kind of flair that she has. Where the first one, I would have never really pinpointed it. That sounds like Yoko Shimomura. It just sounded like a Christmas generic theme, for lack of a better term. And I do want to reiterate, whenever I say generic, it is a literal term. It is the opposite of like unique. But people take generic and they put it into like bad, or you know what I mean? No one wants to be called generic, so they can just consider it like a bad thing. But what I mean is like a generic Christmas theme. It sounds like a generic Christmas theme. Like I feel like I've heard the first one a million times before, somewhere, somehow, Whereas the second one seemed to have a little bit more character and more of like a motif. I feel like both of these songs maybe use these motifs in other places and just don't sound as Christmassy, something like that. I don't know where I'm getting at, but that's kind of what I'm feeling towards it. But the second one definitely had a little bit more of a standout. And yeah, I kept thinking the whole time that it's doing its job, right? Christmas music is kind of double-edged sword. It's either very memorable, like a lot of the most earworm stuff you've heard in your life are Christmas tunes and carols that you could just hum along and whistle along. But at the same time, there's a lot of Christmas music that bleeds together and just, it kind of exists in this realm of using sleigh bells and like maybe a blues guitar or something, and they just kind of all sound the same in a way. It depends. So, but these ones did their job because they definitely have that Christmas vibe, which is what I'm looking for. But I would say they don't like stand out super hard, you know what I mean? Then again, I need context with the footage, which I'll get, and then I can finally, because it's driving me crazy, I can finally see like where is this, what is happening in this happy holidays and what a surprise. Because I know Kingdom Hearts is like a very beloved series. Beloved. And, it's a very, it's got a lot of charm and character to it. So as of right now, I don't know what's happening, but I will. And at the moment, it just sounds like I went through a department store during December and I'm picking out a sweater or something. Cool songs though. And I can say that it was the first time I heard Yoko Shimomura in a seasonal type holiday song. And it's been an entire year since Kingdom Hearts. So that was nice. But I will admit, it made me really want to hear like a proper song from Kingdom Hearts. Not that this isn't proper, but you know what I mean. Anyways, yeah, so I'll put this in VGM Vibes 8. Of course, it's a Christmas song, and it's totally fitting. And that'll be it. So thank you to the people that suggested it. Thank you to my patrons. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Happy holidays. Peace.